Today's video contains massive spoilers for Sonic Movie 3. So if you haven't seen the movie, do not watch this video. But if you have seen it, or you just don't care, enjoy the video. Yo, what's good, everybody? So now that Sonic 3 has officially released, and the confirmation that we are getting Part 4 in the spring of 2027, I will be 16 once that comes out. Man, I'm getting old. I thought it'd be fun to do a predictions video on what I'd hope to see in the fourth movie. Now, once we get an actual trailer or more information, I will update these predictions maybe. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, for returning characters, obviously, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, they're the main characters of this franchise. Shadow, duh, I mean, they did a post-credits to oh, yes, he survived. He'll be back. Which, to quickly recap, Sonic and Shadow, they go super, defeat the Eclipse Cannon, Eggman sacrifices himself, and Team Sonic live happily ever after. Until Part 4. So yeah, there's a quick recap. And sadly for me, for returning characters, Tom and Maddie. For those who don't know, outside of the Robotniks, the Gun Commander, and maybe Agent Stone, I don't care about these human characters at all.
Everyone, boo this nigga!
Now you're probably like, well then why did you rank the Knuckles so over the first movie? Simple. Well, simple. Why'd I go simple? I just found this a little more entertaining. Not super funny, but a little entertaining. And way better action. Anyway, for characters not returning, Robotnik, aka Eggman, well, he's technically a baby. Like, he's dead in the third movie. He died. How are they gonna say he survived then? Like, the second movie, it could have just been he had a warp ring and he survived. But as for this, no. A space station was blown up. And General Robotnik ain't returning. He's dead. And how would you bring back a guy who's 110 years old? That ain't possible. Same with the Gun Commander. He's also dead. Randall and Rachel, I doubt they're gonna come back. There were holograms in the movie. As for characters I hope not to return, easy. The Whipples. After thinking more about it, I hate the Whipples. I do not want them to come back ever again. Wade being there in the third movie for like 12 seconds was okay, but I still do not like Wade Whipple. Whew, I'm sorry for that. Now, Gun, I think they could return. Kristen Ritter's character, maybe, I don't know. She's like Jessica Jones, I think might come back in the MCU one of these days. I don't know. I don't watch the Netflix shows. I'm too young for that. But as for Agent Stone, also a maybe. I don't know about him. I don't know if he's gonna come back. As for new characters, easy. Amy and Metal Sonic, they were in the post-credits. We know Amy and Metal Sonic are gonna show up in their movie. I'm sorry for yelling. But yeah, Amy and Metal Sonic, which is awesome. So from what it looks like, they're going to be adapting Sonic CD, duh, they both showed up in that game, and Sonic Heroes. Why? Well, simple. Sonic Heroes, Metal's the big bad of that game. Now you might be like, oh, what about the tape?
they only have Team Sonic. And if Shadow's gonna be in it, they'll only have Shadow.
Well, there's a rumor that the Chaotix will be getting a show. So there'd be a show about them if I was running the Sonic universe. What could that be about? Well, I think it could be about, like, Tails and Knuckles. Hire them to help them find Sonic. So, bam, the Chaotix. And in that show, they could bring in Rouge to introduce her. Why did I do that? Well, simple. So that way, Part 4 could bring in Omega as a gun robot to take them down. And then bam, you have Team Dark, you have Team Chaotix. Bam! All you need to do is just bring in Rouge and... Not Rouge. Cream and Big, maybe. Like, introduce them in the Chaotix show. Bam! You have all the characters from Heroes, so you have a Heroes adaptation. Or, you know, the Chaotix show could take place after... and Rouge and Omega are saved for a Shadow spin-off movie, which seems likely for them to do. I'll talk more about that later. And if that Chaotix spin-off isn't true, they might just put them in a second season with Knuckles. Now, you might be like,
but if there's no teams, then you can't do Heroes.
Well, Sonic 3 didn't have the fake Chaos Emerald. There was no Amy and Rouge. And there was no Bio-Lizard. The second movie didn't have Angel Island and the Death Egg, so Heroes can be adapted. Or, instead of Heroes, they could adapt episodes 1 and 2 of Sonic 4. Mostly episode 2. Or, you know, they just decide to save adapting Sonic 4 1 and 2 for a future movie. Then if that's the case, they'll most likely just stick to CD and Heroes. Which would mean the first movie would be based off the very first video game, which did happen. The second movie is inspired by the second and third game. The third movie is based off Adventure 2 and Shadow's standalone video game. And this movie would be based off CD and Heroes. That's what I think they're doing. Now, if Jim Carrey does come back, they've got to explain how he's survived and why he's going back to being evil. If he does return, for his suit, just let him keep it. Just remove, like, some of the tech lines. Like, his suit was perfect. They gave him his suit from the games. So, I don't see why they should change it. Just don't make him look like 06. And if Jim Carrey doesn't come back, I don't think they're going to recast him. Around Sonic 2, when he first announced, like, hey, heads up everyone, I plan on retiring. They stated like, oh no, he's not getting recast, so I don't think they'll recast him. I think they'll just keep him dead. That's just my opinion, if he doesn't return. As for more on Metal Sonic, seeing as it might be a possibility they'll adapt Sonic Heroes, I really do hope they give him his Neo Metal Sonic design. That design looks so cool, and I would love to see that in a movie. Come on, it hasn't appeared in anything outside of the games or mobile games. Like, it hasn't been in Sonic X, it hasn't been in Sonic Boom. We didn't even get it in Sonic Prime, like a world where he still obtained that design. I don't know. And if they have Neo Metal Sonic, Metal Overlord. Metal Overlord would be so cool. It would be the robot version of Mechagodzilla. Oh, wait, Mechagodzilla's a robot. What am I even saying? You get what I'm trying to say, though. And heck, he recently appeared in Shadow Generation, so it's not out of the door for him to return. I know it sounds like I'm probably going overkill. Heck, they might blow off their budget. I don't know what the budget is if they're going to have Metal Overlord. They're going to need a big budget if they want to add in, like, Metal Overlord, Black Devil, Doom, or Perfect Chaos. I know I was going off topic, but you guys get what I'm saying. But I think it would be cool if they brought in Metal Overlord as the final battle, and have a Neo Metal Sonic fight before Metal Overlord. So yeah, there's my theory. As for voice cast, we already know Ben, Keanu, Colleen, and Idris are gonna come back, and same with Amy's voice. She's voiced by. Oh yeah, she didn't talk. So we gotta go through another Who's Voicing Shadow situation. Only this time it's Amy. So one option I have for Amy's voice, popular one, Anna Kendrick. The same Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect. If you don't believe me, just listen to this clip.
Branch, shh. I have to tell you something. Shh. I was just gonna... Shh. No, it left. It took Cooper and Smidge and Fuzzbird and Satin and Chenille and Biggie and Guy Diamond and Creek. Which is why I have to ask you. Will you go to Bergentown with me and save everyone? Branch, you can't say no. They're your friend. Oh, that's great. You're the one guy who knows more about Bergens than anyone, but when we finally need you, you just want to hide here forever? I'm sorry. I should have listened to you. You told me not to throw the party, and I threw it anyway, and it's my fault they were taken, and now I don't know what to do. Solid burn, Branch. Well, thanks anyway.
Yes, I know. It's from Trolls. Yes, that movie sucks. But I think she could work for Amy. Yeah, my second option. I'm gonna get the hot size for this, but Haley Steinfeld. And no, not because she's hot and sexy. I also think she'd work. If you don't believe me, watch this clip also.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Cool, yeah. I'm Miles.
I'm Gwanda.
Wait, your name is Gwanda?
Yes, it's African. I'm South African. No accent though, because I was raised here. I'm kidding. It's Wanda, no G. That's crazy.
Hey.
Okay, then. I'll see you around.
Oh, see you.
Hey,
Okay.
can you let go, please?
I
Ow,
can't
calm
let
down.
go.
It's fine, just... Miles, let go.
Been on it? It's just puberty.
I don't think you know what puberty is. Just relax.
Okay, I have a plan. I'm gonna pull really hard.
That's a terrible plan.
1,
Don't do this.
2,
3.
But hey, that's just my opinion. Just do not get Aquafina. That's all I'm gonna say. Do not get Aquafina. Now, as for Metal Sonic, he didn't speak either, which I honestly have no clue on if they're gonna give him a voice or not. If they do, then Vin Diesel. Nah, I'm kidding. I think James Spader could work. I'm not gonna play a clip because I don't know. I just don't want to. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe like Peter Cullen or heck, even maybe James Spader. But yeah, I don't really have any voice clips from Metal Sonic, unlike Amy, because I don't know if they're gonna give him a voice or not. We're gonna have to wait till confirmation if they will give him a voice, and then I'll probably just do a short of who I think could voice him. But how exactly did Metal Sonic appear? Well, I think before, like, the whole Eggman and Gerald's VR bonding scene in the third film, Eggman actually probably made the Metal Sonic model and gave it the ability to duplicate and had it activate if he were to die. But seeing as he couldn't reprogram it to save humanity, instead of destroying it or ruling it, he begins to go on a rampage to rule Earth. And for Amy, it could just be like Tails in the first movie where she traveled to Earth, but instead of traveling it to find Sonic, I think maybe she traveled because of the Eclipse Cannon destroyed an energy surge. God, I need to do better at this stuff. An energy surge entered that universe, so she figured that she would find where that came from. And she'd end up finding Sonic and decides to help him. And bam! Now, as for the final battle, I actually have a couple of options. It could be option 1, Super Sonic and Super Shadow versus Metal Overlord, though that would be too similar to the third film. Option 2, Shadow and Amy versus Neo Metal Sonic, and then a recreation of Sonic Heroes' final boss with What I'm Made Of playing in the background. Or option 3, which would be blowing their budget but would be cool. Super Sonic, Super Shadow, Super Tails, Super Knuckles, and Super Amy versus Metal Overlord, who would transform into Master Overlord from the comics, and bringing in multiple Metal Sonics, just like the post-credits and the Metallics from the 90s comics. And those could be throughout the movie. All 5 of them defeating him, not destroying him. He'd just go into hiding, basically, if they don't get Jim Carrey back. At the end, I feel like maybe it could be like the 3rd movie ending, or it could be what I hope for them, going back to Sonic's universe from the 1st film opening to end. But maybe for part 5. Who'd I cast as those other characters? I have no clue. Rouge, I'd pick out Brie Plaza or Scarlett Johansson. Now, as for a title, yeah, I'm talking about the title. The title, I don't want them to call it Sonic 4 because I feel like the casuals would be like, oh my god, we don't need a movie called Sonic the Hedgehog 100, something like that. So I'd give it a new game, but announce it to the public that Sonic 4 will have a different name. And if I were Paramount, I'd call it Sonic Heroes. Why? Well, simple. A callback to the games. I know, too cliche. As for post-credits, I hope there's 3 of them. And the first one, I'd have a tease of Silver for part 5. A tease of Shadow for a Shadow... Not Black Shadow. Black Doom for a Shadow movie. And maybe a tease of Chaos. Because I hope for, like, part 5, they adapt 06 and Adventure 1 into one story. I mean, come on! Chaos and Mephiles together in the same story? That'd be awesome. Anyway, guys, those are just my theories. Feel free to leave yours in the comments below if there's any available. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you all next time. Goodbye.